Hello, this is Jarek speaking, and I am channeling from Saint-Germain about the new course called 12 Croissants. Okay, let's start from very beginning. 12 Croissants, of course, was called once upon a time different name, and this process which 12 Croissant provides was used by many people couple of 100 years ago. However, because of the prosecution and courts being eye-opener, it became very much undesirable, and with the Saint Inquisition and witch hunting and whatever, all this disappear. Now we are in situation, this life, this at present, is that we want to get spiritual. We want to move forward in spiritual life. Very often we're using different ways. For example, doing courses. But if you want to get more spiritual, you're doing certain course, but this course gives you certificate or diploma and gives you certain skills, which is probably not much of your improvement on your spiritual path. Wow! So how to go about the spiritual path to move forward? Okay, so this is courses. Now you can do certain processes, like for example, without saying is anything wrong with that, processes on your inner child, or working through certain life lessons because of certain incidents in life. Of course, those incidents in your life happening for a reason, for us to work it through. But in order to work through this, we should be able to work immediately. Somehow we don't work immediately. We have to go back with our memory to incidents, and sorted out this, and we're not so sure if it's work because similar stuff comes up again and again and again. But before we were born, we said to ourselves that we're gonna work through certain life lessons. So how come years after, or days after, or months after, we have to work through this life lesson not immediately? There is certain force which stop us from it. And this force is related proportionally to our well-being, to our temptations, to our lives, in such a way that we are building ourselves stumbling blocks. And the stumbling blocks are stopping us from to work on these life lessons. Where does the 12 Croissant course come into this? 12 Croissant course, yes, you will do certain processes, you will have to work on it, but 12 Croissant is based on understanding and knowing. By sheer understanding and knowing and working through these processes, we are suddenly stopped having stumbling blocks in our life. So when we move forward, the spiritual life is getting much smoother. When things happen to us as a life lesson, we are instantly working through this because of the understanding and the knowledge. So this is the 12th croissant. Beata. About 4 or 5 years ago, spiritual guides asked Beata to work on something as a first thing. So she worked through this, then she got a next task, and next task, and next, and next. She was working on this, took her quite a bit of time, because even though it was helping her very much, she couldn't understand why she should work on it. And suddenly, she realized that while she's doing on each task, her life is improving in very better way. Her stumbling blocks getting easier. Her mindset is open and much better and smoother. Her journey, spiritual journey, becomes. So when she finished the course, she suddenly started realizing, that she moved so much forward as never before at such a speed, and in couple of months' time she moved so much forward as much as in 20 years prior to that. When she realized this, the spiritual guide says, now you write up this course, because this is a revival of the old course. Revival, and you write up this course, and you would be the privileged one to give those processes to people who are there around and who are willing to work. So it's very important for you to know that you doing this course, you will improve your life, your spiritual journey, and it's not gonna be another course, another certificate, and doing things. However, you have to know that if you going through the course of 12 croissants and you intend to sit, listen, pay attention, and do nothing else, it's not gonna work for you. On 12 croissant course, you have to be committed to work. You have to be committed to do the processes. You will either work individually, either with the groups or in pairs. It will all depends on you. So all that course would be only for people who are committed and they taking spirituality and life in serious way, where they really want to improve, where their life and grow. It's important. It's not for lazy people, because lazy people expect, I paid the money for the course, and all these things will be done for me all by itself. Just my presence at this course will make me being, better spiritually. Nonsense. You have to work to grow. You have to work in order to invest in your future. Not only your own future, but people who will come in your lineage after you, up to 7 generations, because we are inheriting and paying for the sins of our forefathers up to 7 generations. Now suddenly doing this course, you cut the thread. There is no karmic weight on you, and it starts freshly from zero, and you bringing up to 7 generations clear to your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, etc., up to 7 generations free. And by then, the next generations and next generations would do the similar course or same course, to clear this. And eventually, if it's enough people who done this course, there will become clearing on society. People will start getting better and life would be better. The course is also designed for the future people who has real interest of betterness of our society, of our planet, of our living, where we want life without wars, without bad news. We want everything. We want to have a great civilization where love will prosper, where words, hateful words, will have no meaning. We want to build this. By doing this course, we are laying foundation for new civilization. Please be ready for this. Remember that we are living in society right now where everything is programmed. You shall not do this, or you should do this. You should stick around and follow. But everybody who wants you to follow the government, the group of people, the religious movement, everybody wants you to follow certain things because you are being programmed. You will want to break the shackles of this programming, to be free, where you can start acting individually, and when the group start acting individually, things happening, the positive things happening. So you don't want to be a sheep. And they all want to be pushed forward and forward, masses of people at that same speed. But if you look at in nature, for example, a sheep, shepherd, gather the sheep, and takes them to certain fields and whatever, and if one sheep is a little bit behind, he takes his stick and whack the sheep, move it forward, without understanding that some sheep is slower than the others because might have aches and pains, and we don't consider this. But if you look at further into the nature, there is a shepherd dog. The dog will treat each sheep individually. He will do the job gathering the sheep, in the faster or slower way, but with consideration for each sheep. This is slower sheep, a little bit more encouragement, but not painful way to do it. But we people are like sheep, and we constantly being pushed and pushed and pushed where we shouldn't do. This course also will allow you to be firmly set with understanding and knowing where we don't have to be pushed, because we can progress at our own speed without any pushing of society, of organization, or whichever people in power, because we are individuals. This course will allow you to spread the wings at your own pace and speed. That's roughly all what this course is all about. Contents of the course, of course, is still not disclosed. And remember, if you desire to do this course, you will have to sign non-disclosure papers where you will agree on severe karmic consequences for disclosing contents of this course with people who are not on this course, for using this course materials for your own personal benefits and doing these courses. So this is, you will have to sign these papers. And of course, the contents of the course would be also legally bounded with copyrights and trademarks. So please remember, life is wonderful, it's beautiful, but as long we are in this process, we have to, and seriously, we do have to bound by the rules and regulations till we free ourselves and form strong groups which will not have any impact on us when it's not needed. Love you all. Saint Germain.